Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and I'm a full-time reseller on both eBay and Amazon. Today we are going to be talking about DVDs that are worth money. And no, this is not one of those videos where resellers just love to go to eBay and type in DVD and hit sold and search high to low. And then they point to some really obscure $1,000 DVD that you will have absolutely no chance of finding and be like, here's a bolo for your list. Stop making those kind of videos. They don't help anyone. You're not gonna reasonably find any of that. This video concerns DVDs that were released in America that are currently worth money, that are stuff you've probably heard of before, and are not weird releases like, oh, 99% of this movie is not worth money, but if you find the Steelbook copy, or if you find the Criterion Collection version, like, I'm trying to keep that kind of stuff out of it. I'm also not covering TV series, documentaries, concert films. This is movies. And although I do have a big list of Blu-rays I've compiled, I did try and keep this list mostly to DVDs, although some of them are both DVD and Blu-ray releases for the same movie that are worth money, so there is a little bit of that in here. I also wanted to focus on movies that are not horror movies because there are so many horror DVDs that are worth money, and I didn't want to have this list completely bogged down with like a million horror DVDs. I also wanted to focus on movies that you've probably heard of before, because if it's something you've heard of, it'll probably stick in your brain better. Sure, I can tell you that Pixie Hollow Bake Off is worth $50, but if you're not used to Pixie Hollow Bake Off and Tinkerbell movies, it might not stick in there as easy. Although you should probably make some room for Pixie Hollow Bake Off. And this is strictly like Region 1 America kind of releases, because there are plenty of movies where the US release is worth money, but you can still find it in other countries for less. So again, there's so many different variables with DVDs that I have to kind of stick to a narrow criteria for you. I really focused on the like $15 to $100 sales range. So, you know, you got a wide range of things you could possibly find to things that might be a little bit harder to find. But all in all, stuff you'll want to put in your brain. And this is strictly current, because the prices can fluctuate depending on if a movie is on streaming or not, if it's gonna get a Blu-ray release, whereas it didn't before. So, you know, right now is when they're worth money. I can't promise you that they're gonna be worth money forever. So without further ado, here are used US released DVD movies you've probably heard of that are worth $15 to $100+ that you have some reasonable ability to find and sell. Roll the intro. Like I said, I tried to keep this list to strictly DVDs, although some of them are both DVD and Blu-ray releases that are worth money. I do have a whole list of Blu-rays that are also worth money, so if this video does well, hint hint, like, comment, subscribe, I will consider making a Blu-ray version. In no particular order, here are some DVDs that you should look for that are worth money. First is 101 Dalmatians, the live action one with Glenn Close on DVD. This one, if you find it used but like complete with the slipcover and everything, for some reason this movie is selling for like $37. I don't think they made a Blu-ray of it yet, and that's probably why. There's also a 101 and 102 Dalmatians 2-pack DVD that's worth about $26 in used condition. Obviously, if you find any of these DVDs in new condition, like new and sealed condition, the price will go up, but I'm concerning myself with used DVDs today. So basically, if you see any sort of live action 101 Dalmatians DVD, it's probably worth something. Sling Blade with Billy Bob Thornton is another one to keep an eye out for. The DVD copy sells for around $20. If you can find the Blu-ray version, that one sells for about $50. This next one may not fit the criteria of like easily recognizable, but to me it is, because like I'm familiar with them, and that is Smosh the movie on DVD. I'm guessing this one never got a Blu-ray release and probably will never get a Blu-ray release. Is it on streaming? Is it on YouTube? I have no idea. Doesn't matter, because if you find Smosh the movie on DVD, it's worth about $30. The next DVD worth selling on eBay is The Fall. It came out in 2006. This movie is actually on my list of movies that I want to watch. I don't remember how I heard about it or how it was recommended to me, but it sounded good. and it's in one of the millions of tabs I have opened on my phone to remind me that I'd like to watch it someday. If you find The Fall on DVD, it's worth about $30. And if you're lucky enough to find the Blu-ray, we are up to about $70. The next DVD that's worth money is the Beverly Hillbillies, specifically the one with Jim Varney and Cloris Leachman, like that Beverly Hillbillies movie. That one, I don't know that it got a Blu-ray release, and that's probably why it's worth money, but it looks like it sells for about $15 and up. This next one is the one that really kind of ignited my fire in wanting to learn more about DVDs that are worth money, because it really surprised me, and that is Chipmunk Adventure. I own this movie. I remember distinctly buying it at Walmart in 2007, right after I got married and moved out with my husband. Yes, grown woman, 19 years of age, bought Chipmunk Adventure at Walmart. And you know why? Because that movie slaps. Have you ever seen it? The songs, oh my God, amazing. Did not get a Blu-ray release yet. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. The movie is great, and I assume that's why the DVD is worth at least $20. I still have my copy somewhere. I don't know where all of our DVDs went when we moved into this house almost 10 years ago. They're somewhere, but I'm gonna have to dig it out and watch it and sell it. But seriously, that just really got my gears going. Freaking Chipmunk Adventure is worth $20? I know I said no TV series, and this one is technically not a TV series. It's just a movie that was from a TV series, so hopefully that counts. And that is Red Green's Duct Tape Forever. Red Green is a Canadian home improvement, I guess. And this was a DVD that came out. I don't think there's any Blu-ray release, which is probably why the DVD is worth money. But that one is at least $27 if you find it and you sell it on eBay. Here's another DVD that's worth money, and I don't necessarily understand why, other than it probably doesn't have a Blu-ray release, but why this specific movie, I don't know why people care so much. And that is The Chase with Charlie Sheen. If you find this DVD, you can sell it for about $30 on eBay. This next one throws it back to the 90s when Sinbad was in practically everything. Do you remember the movie The Cherokee Kid? It exists as both a VHS and a DVD, but not a Blu-ray. The VHS copy is not worth anything, but the DVD copy is worth about $25. The next DVD that is worth keeping an eye out for is PCU. If you find it, you can sell that one for a little over $20. There's also a 2-pack DVD with Airheads that sells for about $25. Yet again, another movie that does not have a Blu-ray release that I know of, so that's probably why the DVD is worth money. The next one I feel like everyone has heard of, so this is not a groundbreaking bolo by any means, and that is Dogma, the Kevin Smith film. This one used to be on TV all the time. I remember watching it on Comedy Central growing up. If you find a DVD copy, we're talking $10 to $15. If you find the Blu-ray copy, you're looking at least $70. Another one that is very commonly talked about, where even if you're not a big DVD seller, you probably know that it's worth money, and that is 28 Days Later, not 28 weeks later, 28 days later. If you find the DVD, that one is worth about $15 on eBay. If you find the Blu-ray, you're probably gonna get 50 or more. Another movie from my childhood that I don't know I should admit is a movie from my childhood, and that is Freaked. This movie, again, was also on TV all the time. I watched it. I loved Alex Winter growing up because I was a really big fan of the Bill and Ted movies, and he's in this movie, as well as Keanu Reeves, and I can't recall the person that played Death, but I think he's in this movie too. The DVD, if you happen to find it, is worth about $50. If you're lucky enough to find the Blu-ray version, we're talking over $100. So definitely keep your eye out for those DVDs at garage sales this garage sale season, at the thrift. You know, DVDs tend to be cheap. So that's why even if something's only worth $15 to $20, we know that most thrift stores, at least the ones around me, are charging less than $2 for a DVD. And if you find them at a garage sale, they want to give you a whole box of them for $5. So because the prices to get into them can be so cheap, the returns can be really well worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this collection of DVDs that you can hopefully fit in your brain and easily remember, and then go out there and look, find, and sell on eBay or Amazon if that's your thing. You can make more money on DVDs and stuff on Amazon, but you do have to be ungated and able to sell DVDs on Amazon, which is the roadblock for a lot of people. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram if you're not already. I post little bite-sized pieces of my content in my reels and in my daily stories, all about my full-time reseller adventures. Subscribe if you want to see future videos pop up in your feed. I cover eBay selling, I cover Amazon selling, I talk about basically everything reselling. Drop a like on this video if you learned something new, or if you just liked the video, that's also helpful. If you know of any other interesting movie DVD bolos, or if you want to see more DVD and Blu-ray bolo videos, let me know in the comments below. Now get out there, have fun, and find some of those DVDs.